headline. It happened in the days following the police-involved shooting of Walter Wallace, Jr. And, you know, it was rising tension. There was unrest over in West Philadelphia. Well, Rickia Young was driving with her very young son through, well, it was West Philadelphia, actually, during the unrest when police instructed her to make a U-turn. That's when police officers swarmed her car, bashing in the windows, pulling her out of the car and her child out of the vehicle, and then they were separated. She says she was beaten and maced.
So Rickia Young and her attorney, Riley Ross, join us now to share her story and where everything stands. Good morning to you both. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for being with us. Rickia, do you remember much about this?
Yes, good morning. I remember every detail about it.
And did you know what was happening at the time? Why you were being pulled out of a car? Had you known about the unrest that was going on in West Philadelphia?
No, I did not. I was asleep. And I had got a phone call from my nephew. My nephew was very upset and angry and scared. So I was trying to go and protect my nephew. And I ended up getting caught in the mayhem.
Do you feel any better about all this because now the officer has been charged?
I feel better. I'm at ease, but I'm still upset because it shouldn't have happened to me in the first place.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have happened in the first place. By the way, how is your son? How old is your son now?
How's he doing?
I can say that he has his days because, you know, he's very young, so I don't know how he feels. I could just go off by his actions and what he do, and when, like, you know, when he see police officers, I could go off of that, like, about, like, how, like, he feel. But it's like, it hasn't been easy. We taking it day by day, still to this day.
Yeah. And her attorney here, he's joining us now, Mr. Riley. Talk to me about just kind of where this stands and what's the message going forward, and how do you push forward?
Well, as Rickia said, they're taking it day by day. We take our cues from Rickia and from her son, and their well-being is most important. But we are, while we're happy that the process is moving, that the officer was charged. We know that there were more officers out there. Rickia said from day one that she does not want this to happen to anyone else, and so she's taking action. She's staying strong through this so that it doesn't happen to everyone else. And with that, you know, it's not just the charges against the officer. We're still pursuing a lawsuit against the National Fraternal Order of Police for their inaccurate portrayal of Rickia and Rickia's son with the social media post that they made that night, or at least the next day. Yeah. And so she's willing to keep fighting and making sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else.
So this social media post, hold on a second, Mr. Ross. This post that we're looking at here, what was the point of that? Was it to try to seem that the police were protecting the little boy?
That's absolutely the point. As you can see from reading the caption, it is clear that it is false. You know, it's giving this portrayal that the police officer is protecting this child who was abandoned by his mother during the riots, when we know from clear video that was not the case.
And that was taken down.
It was taken down, but only after outrage and people pointing out that this was inaccurate. And when it was posted,
do you want other officers charged?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you both.
Thank you.
We'll stay on the story. Has the city compensated your client?
Well, the city, we did reach a resolution with the city for the assault on her. And we're happy for that, but as we said, we're still pursuing litigation against the Fraternal Order of Police, and Rickia is making sure that it will happen.
And that final sum was $2 million?
It was, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you both. We'll continue to cover this case for sure.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks.
We'll be right back.